Just see his conduct was not. You ever stop? Huh? This dog loves water. Oh, you finally had enough, eh? Wow. Super water monster. Now also the balcony has been touched since the fire that led this corrupt cop crew chap to order me and my dog to be homeless on the day that was freezing as just the next day. And in turn, the snowstorm came after just in shorts and cruelly to the animals, cruelty to humans, saying that I was charged with endangering animals. But then, if I agree, and we want to form one and not to come back to my home where I've battled corruption for the past 7 years and I've gotten all the repairs, maintenance, and issues dealt with, such as the basketball court, which became of the garden, just see that the garbage is clean and maintained. I see that the dog food is dealt with. On the other side, dealing with what do you call it, their daycare center, which was infested with pig and poop, managing and taking care of this garden for years to build the children's garden of hope, putting the garden over there in the corner with attached photos and videos, and with the constant attack by these individuals. Constant attack. Yeah. Yet, Toronto Community House and the Toronto crew chief, a detective, and a fire marshal collaborated to bear false witness and accuse me of criminal act because I told them how I found out about a fire that was admitted by a person who had flesh-eating disease, who was homeless and frozen down the street, that I let use this room to take care of two cats. And he had came in, plugged in an old lithium battery cell phone in the socket. We will show you photos of the socket. Now you can see the socket. She's roaming around everywhere. She had to be homeless, up on the streets, going upstairs, and you will see the socket now. Continue the socket that we will show. It goes through a lot of videos, and you'll know the complaints. Housing, use trees, or use tendril. They tell about the building a program, and they use these young people to do repairs. But for electrical, you need a license. You need a license. Why do you need a license? You need a license. So this is a place that you just repair, and then they try to set a fire to the whole unit when it wasn't the whole unit. It was only in the bedroom. And you can see, but we're going to show you why you need a license to do electrical. This is the new fan. As you can see, it's not on. No, they didn't do that. I turned it off. I turned it off because it's electrical. And the electrical can spark. Now, I believe this is a new panel. They had to put in when the fire wasn't down here. So that showed that it was electrical. And we will confirm if this is the new panel. Because if this is a new panel, I again confirm that it was electrical fire as I stated, caused by what Paul had stated. Plugged in, he stated a year, 7-year-old cell phone with a lithium battery. I found that odd after I considered it, right? But here is where you can see the implementation. So we like full those details, and I did a video. I started here. Looks like they found here. Right, well, all the possibility was the socket that was over here that connected the camera. Right, so there's a split wire. Right now, we still, as the judge said and the Crown said, Mr. What's the Crown's name? I will get his name for here. And he was very, even though he stretched it too long, but I understand because he was going thinking that the police were true, that they were honest, and that they wouldn't do something this ridiculous, such as fabricating evidence and making up a story using someone's word and then laying false charges without any investigation. And the detective basically, I guess, assumed by, I guess he went with the house and got your housing records. Oh, he's on a mental health program? Okay, well, we can fabricate something that makes him seem crazy, because it's crazy to think that you say he lit a cigarette and there's a couch that was over here. There was a small bed, 2 mattresses like Paul, and over here there was a sofa, a little sofa, and that was it. Okay. So, and Paul's clothing, and the allegation Khrushchev is trying to say that 2 or 3 hours, I'll get the exact time of Mario after the fire. And after I guess the fire marshal did their investigation at the same time the police, they're saying that within that time, the fire marshal did a full investigation of the whole unit, a 1-bedroom unit, and found out where the fire started, and assumed that the fire started. How would you come up that this man telling you that after you eaten the meal, he inadvertently stand on the smoke sensor, and when he blew out the smoke, the sensor went off, he realized it was from the smoke, and he in turn took a couple of puffs, put out the cigarette, and then went and grabbed a CD from the living room and found the sensor, and the sensor stopped. And in turn, he smelled something off another sensor. And when he went to couldn't identify, went to the hallway, nothing, checked the stove, nothing. And then he went to the room where the door was locked and knocked a couple of times, no hands, just screaming name. And then when he tried to open the door, it was like a big gust of something was holding it back. When he pushed it open, just engulfed in pure black smoke, a tsunami of smokes, just gushed. One, stop it, Annie. Who is it? Oh, hello. And this is the lady who we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to ask you a question. On the day, March 30th last year, when there was a fire here, you had brought me a meal, right? How long before the fire? Right? How long before the fire?
There's gravy in this.
But how long before the fire started did you bring me the meal?
I bring it 2 o'clock and it's fire about 2:30.
Oh, yeah, at 2:30. See, yeah. So this lady. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Oh, God bless this great lady. So it can take. Yeah. So the lady brought me the meal. And this is going to be so good. I'm so happy. It's the most wonderful.
I can see you all. Yes, try to be in touch with me. All right.
No.
Remember to take the things in there.
It's the most.
Yes, I remember that. Yes. What? Come here. Come here for what?
What do you? Merry Christmas, everyone. And if you don't know me, I'm our associate mayor. Hey, I'm the homeless. I was homeless a week ago. Anything to you? I just met you. You gave me the cigarettes. Okay, Kevin Clark, I'm your incoming mayor, and you guys are the associate mayors. So that means you have to do your work to get us elected, and we're going to create a happy city. Okay, a happy city. Look at that smile. That's the new Toronto, baby. A happy city. There you go. And check me out. I'm on Linktree, Kevin Clark. LINKTREEKEVINCLARKE. And we do an underfeed out every year for people in need and a children's event. So if you'd like to help, have a merry Christmas.
Tom, daughter, and grandchildren.
You guys take care of Tom, all right? And help him find his wallet. Okay? All right? Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Tom, love you, baby. Merry Christmas, everyone. And we clean up. We are family. We're all one family. So as this lady was telling me, she had just bought me dinner that day. And then after
Yes, and then the fire started.
yeah, and then they try to blame me. But you better not be that word. What did you just say earlier after I was,
So what?
you said that because oh,
No.
all right.
Okay, a little more.
All right.
Maybe about 6 o'clock because I don't do what I'm doing.
Yeah, just text me or call me. I'm
Okay,
gonna be
all right,
working.
I'll
Yeah,
phone you.
all right. And big dinner today.
Yes.
This is my awesome associate
All right,
mayor.
okay.
She's fantastic.
All
And you are guys, and God bless you. See, so what purpose would I have? I know this to say. Harm. Who clearly you can see have such great love for me, and I have great love for them. And we create great actors. So what could this, you can't say beyond incompetent. Kucha, okay, all you see is okay, people. So if you're incompetent, that incompetence, then if we use the word incompetent, the problem we have is he's 22 years old. And if you are so incompetent with someone of my status who was in the Supreme Court of Canada at that time, in the most historical, legal, political challenge in Canadian history, which Olivia Chapman and me kept silent away from the people. For 450 days, I stopped her, as I said, legally. In the Supreme Court, Superior Court of Ontario first, then it got to a Judge Central who decided to dismiss it and say it's frivolous, knowing that going through the system, they would have to say he made an error in law. He made an error in judgment because he did not respect the law. Because when Central said the case was frivolous, Central was ignoring the facts and the evidence. And that is an error in law. To say a case where it was clear, and you see it from the Daily Bread video that you'll see attached, 5 candidates showed up there. And the number one children's rights advocate in the city of Toronto and in Canada, they say, and one of the number one homeless activists, the most active homeless activist there is in a seniors' rights advocate. Somebody who created a YES program, a youth employment strategy program that encouraged kids from the path of drug, alcoholism, and violence. I'm an anti-violent campaign. And you're telling me that this creature would say that within 3 hours, a seasoned 22-year detective collected enough evidence in that period of time. With a fire in the 3 p.m. you see, I pressed this fire alarm when I came back from down here with this fire extinguisher and I ran towards here and I tried to pull it, but I had my school on the technology and I couldn't get it open. And I came at that point, the door here, smoke just barreling through, not a flame, smoke. So I ran through this door here. Bang, banging. I still think I'm dreaming. Banging that first. And then finally pull out and I came across here. And that was towards here. Right? Smoke was only this black, white smoke was going up. At that point I saw Annie, and I said, Annie's out. Annie's out. Come. Exactly like that. Yeah, and she came out and then we went down here. You see exactly this. And she didn't have a leash on. They tried to say I had a cigarette and endanger her. Come on, Annie, we'll go out after. Go. Yes. Annie loves food. So we'll carry it. This is the case. We're going to go through the court case where, because I have to clean up and they try to keep you off a routine. That's our housing keeps people down. So in terms, when Crown, where we were at, hey, Annie, Okay. There's food monster too. Okay, I'm coming. Yes, yes, yes. So the crown. Why would the fire marshal 3 weeks? They gave the crown to give them to produce the fire marshal report. And me and Annie at the state, freezing underneath the bridge, me and this dog. Okay, freezing as hell. And the only time CD or anyone came to offer us anything was, oh, we're here to see if you need anything. What? Oh, harm reduction. That's okay. Blankets, no. Sleeping bag, no. Food, no. What you have? Crack pipes, needles, and meth pipes. Because we didn't accept them, we got no service. The false to what would be this 22-year seasoned detective to say me telling him how I found out about the fight. That was in this room with this door closed. That killed my 2 cats. Killed 3. Me telling him that gave him enough evidence to lay a charge of arson, endangering humans, and endangering animals. Because that's exactly what he did. Now, that evidence was extremely incompetent, beyond incompetent. You can never get, but if we're saying he's not corrupt and did not collaborate with members in housing who wanted to get rid of me from all the work you will see attached that I've done to appear maintaining safety. And I also got an order put on by Joseph Keep the property standards to see it wrong. Now, let's get back here, as you can see here, see? It's off. This was just it's off because I turned it off because it's selected. And watch, now, turn it back on. Now, anti-anger, now. This, that's that. Okay, this was just recently done by a contractor out of the billions that Tory got. Now watch. Oh! See that? It's a little piece of paper. This. You saw that? And look, this here. This is what a contractor just got paid to put in this renovated unit. Imagine that.